Hey guys, Rival X Factor here, and today I want to start a new series. I want to talk about breaking down maps and how to play Conquest properly on these maps. The first thing you need to know is when you're attacking, get on the burn. Don't camp buildings. You're going to lose a match. You're going to lose the pub, okay? So the biggest thing is knowing the burn here on C. It's this entire platform and this tunnel over here and these two garages. The second thing you need to know is where do people spawn, okay? Two spawns on this platform. There's one spawn in this corner. There's two in this garage. And there are three in the building. Okay, one is in the corner. One is on the second floor where I'm shooting. And one is roughly on the second floor where I'm shooting now. Okay, so you got to know the spawns. The next thing is if you're attacking this, go explosive heavy. Okay, if you're trying to take C, it's a very hard take, but go explosive heavy because people are going to usually camp in these buildings. So what you can do is to kind of flush them out is either 320 or noob tube to start blowing this stuff out. Okay, and then I'm going to show you another tip to see if you can flush somebody out. All right, the biggest thing is when somebody's in that C2, that second level, they can really camp down into this paint area we call, and then into this connector area. So what you can do is simply take a 320 or rocket and see if you get hit coin. If you don't, you know that area is probably clear. The next thing is knowing where those spawns are. Like I said before, check your spawns, and if you got a friend, make sure he's watching your back because somebody might spawn on you. The next thing you can think of is if you're in trouble is getting into the store. There's usually some cover, and this isn't a place you want to stay long, but guess what? It's a good spot to buy some time if a squad mate's about to spawn, okay? So now you have numbers. The next thing that you want to know is, if somebody's in the container, all right? You can blow out this container, all right, which people love to run into, and then get some easy kills. Another point is this is spawn tunnel. People can burn from here. See how that C's right in the middle of my screen? The second I step out, it's gone. I'm out of the burn. So if you're defending and you see the flag flashing and you don't see anybody down here, you know nobody's underneath you, just chuck a nade in here or 320. It's an easy kill. One of the other tips that I have for you guys is always check the buildings. Always flush out the buildings, okay? Have somebody check this C2. Have somebody run all the way upstairs because guess what? People are spawning in here. Until you get that point down, people are going to keep coming, all right? A couple other tidbits for you is if you're defending C, blow this building out. Okay, people love to camp in it. If there's protection there, that is going to make that tougher to shoot or to kill the people. Okay, so completely blow this building out and make it tough for them to set up camp because people love to camp in this game. All right, if you control this C2 area, you can easily farm kills in the connector, the stairway, this jungle area. And then we call this J2 and J3, what I'm shooting at right there. Okay, they're easy kills, and you can rack up the kills in a public server. Or if you're playing a match, this is where a lot of the top teams put one or two guys. All right. So again, this is a C point, and I'm going to go over the rest here in a second. Quick tip before I move on to the other points is being able to jump into this J-shaped building. From these stairs over here, before this building gets blown to shreds, you can easily jump into it. Why is that helpful? Well, you don't have to run through these stairs and expose yourself to the bad guys on A and probably the people camping upstairs. So you're probably going to have to watch for claymores, but get a bunch of free kills. Clear J, which makes life easier for your team that's on C. Now for my favorite point on the map, it's A. You can get pretty creative here. The goal is to know the burn. Again, I can't stress this enough. If you're attacking, get on the burn. If you're defending, you know where the people are if the flag is flashing, dropping, or just neutralized. There are three spawns in the store. There are a couple in the garage, and there are a couple in the garage on this side. The most important thing here is know where that burn is. Again, it goes all the way down this A hallway till right here. That's where it comes off. So what do? Do you want to, let's say you've eliminated the possibility of people being in this garage, that garage, and the store. So you're losing the burn still. What can you do? Well, you can get creative. You can shoot the rubble, drop it, and it's going to kill all those guys in the hallway. Now, what's the cool thing here? I didn't expose myself. I didn't come over here, expose myself on line of sight, and expose myself to enemy fire. I just pre-fired the rubble. By doing that, you're going to get 2 or 3 kills, and you're going to kill whoever's back there. So that's one of the neat parts about playing A. So always check those hidden burn spots, and that's the hidden burn spot on A. Another thing to do is if you're in trouble, tanks coming, whatever it may be, there's a couple spots that you can blow out and potentially hide on A to buy you time for that tank to go by or squad mates to spawn on you so you can NG bomb the tank. All right, as you can see, we control A and C. But let's assume the bad guys have B. So what does that mean? All right, that means we potentially have to watch for people running through these arches. This is a great place to set up shop as you're pushing, or just defend. Help your tank not get back raged if he's sitting over here on A, all right? A lot of guys can bleed through this B lane right here and just shoot the shit out of you and your tank and taking you out quickly. So always keep that in mind. This is a great little place to play. You can even play up and then farm kills until you get help to kind of make a push onto B. All right, we're looking at B now, and this is another one of those maps with hidden burn spots that you can kind of pre-nade or RPG 320. There's spawn points all around on this map. There's one right here in the bushes. There are several in this area. There are a couple in these back corners, and there's one here. There's one here, here, and here. And I'm pretty sure there's one even back here. So this has a big burn. It's this entire alleyway. As you see, I'm running through here. There's certain spots where it stops. So just be mindful of that. You can burn from this entire store. Set up, this is a good spot to defend. But be mindful where the burn's at. If you're attacking, get in it. If you're defending, look within. Now, where those hidden spots I was talking about that people like to hide and defend, right where I'm dropping rubble. All this stuff back here, you could pre-nade this little spot. These are all hiding spots that people love to establish and burn from. As you can see, the B flag, the little marker where it says Market Avenue is still in the middle of the screen. That means I'm in the burn, okay? So look where I'm going back here. It doesn't drop off till I get back in the flames. This is a great hiding spot, again, for this map. If you're taking fire or you're waiting for squad mates to spawn on you to make a good push on B if you get through. All right, this entire B way, you can drop rubble on people either with a tank, RPG, or 320, and it's a great way to clear people out if you think you have an indication of where they're at. So again, you'll get creative with rubble dropping on this map, because where I'm at right now, I can drop rubble on some of those spawn points and not expose myself, okay? Cheap way to get kills, but an effective way to get kills. All right, I talked about building camping and how it ruins the game for teams. It just really brings them down. These are the 2 buildings I'm talking about. This green building here, then this blue building over here. If you're defending, sure, stick a guy up in one of those. But if you're attacking, it's not going to help you. All right? You can't take real estate if you got 2, 3, or 4 guys up in these buildings the entire time. So if you are pushing to D, all right, you got to get on the burn. The burn box on D is very small. It's just basically this entire platform. There's spawns in the store. There's spawns all around D. They're all on the outside on D. The most important thing is to know the hidden spots. There's a hidden spot back here, so throw a nade, okay? Throw an RPG or 320 and see who scurries out of the holes, okay? The most important thing in D is set up defense. You could set up defense in D1 or D2. You could set up a guy here, over here, but don't have too many. Okay, if you catch yourself being a building camper, it's not making you a better player. You might get a sweet KD that round, but it didn't help your shot, and it didn't help your team if you're in there the whole game. The only time that makes sense is if you're trying to turtle on a team or catch guys making a big push and you want to get set up to kill 2 or 3, not just 1, all right? So this D flag, again, you can get creative with the rubble kills. All this stuff breaks away, all these buildings, and it's pretty helpful because there's a hidden spot back behind these boxes that you can burn from, and you can drop rubble from a couple spots. I usually pre-shoot that spot. If I get here and I see that I'm not burning, but I don't see anybody else, I'll shoot that spot. Probably 70% of the time, I'll drop somebody. So again, hopefully these tips and tricks for the Seine Crossing help you become a better conquest player, because I think there are too many cruddy conquest players out there who just don't know any better. So if you're attacking, get on the flag. Get on the burn. If you're lollygagging around, it's going to hurt your guys' basically ticket count and not going to help your team. So if you want to become a better conquest player, play the objective. Get on the flag. If you want to be a better defender, sit up in a high spot. But don't stay there for long. If you're losing real estate, move on. Get a flag. If you've got the bleed for the majority of the game, it's going to take a team of all-stars to beat you. Okay? Again, this is Rival X Factor signing off for Rival Gaming, and hopefully these tips help make you a better Conquest player in Seine.